wanna know his secret? Do you wanna know his secret?
This justifiably famous zoo is one of SoCal's biggest attractions, showing more than 3,000 animals representing more than 650 species in a beautifully landscaped setting, typically in enclosures that replicate their natural habitats. Its sister park is San Diego Zoo Safari Park in northern San Diego County. Arrive early, as many of the animals are most active in the morning, though many perk up again in the afternoon. Pick up a map at the entrance to the zoo to find your own favorite exhibits. The guided double-decker bus tour gives a good overview of the zoo with informative commentary. Sitting downstairs puts you closer to the animals. Once you've made the loop, your ticket remains good for an express bus service in the park, a big help if you're unable to walk far. The Skyfari cable car goes right across the park and can save you some walking time, though there may be a line to get on it. Either way, you're going to do a lot of walking. Carry quarters for the electric foot massagers located around the park. Inquire about facilities for disabled visitors. The koalas are so popular that Australians may be surprised to find them a sort of unofficial symbol of San Diego. They're featured in the Conrad Preby's Australian Outback exhibit, and the giant pandas run a close second. The Komodo dragon, an Indonesian lizard that can grow up to 10 feet long, looks fearsome and strides menacingly around the reptile house. Other bioclimatic environments include the 7.5-acre Elephant Odyssey, Tiger River, a recreated Asian rainforest, Gorilla Tropics, an African rainforest, and the Sun Bear Forest, where the Asian bears are famously playful. Absolutely Apes is devoted to the apes of Indonesia, including orangutans and siamangs climbing in lush forests. The large, impressive Scripps aviary and rainforest aviary have well-placed feeders to allow some close-up viewing. And you can walk right beneath 100 species of winged creatures inside the Owens aviary. Finally, don't miss Africa Rocks, an 8-acre exhibit for African plants and animals, opening in 2017. The zoo gardens are renowned and some of the plants are used for the specialized food requirements of particular animals. Pick up a brochure for the self-guided botanical gardens tour. And, of course, the zoo is made for kids, from animal shows to a children's zoo exhibit, where youngsters can pet small critters. Both children and adults will enjoy the animal nursery, where you can see the zoo's newest arrivals. Babies are born every spring and summer. To leave the zoo and return the same day, get a hand stamp from the information booth near the entrance. The zoo is located in the northern part of Balboa Park. The free parking lot and the zoo fill up on weekends. Bus 7 will get you there from downtown. The San Diego Zoo grew out of exotic animal exhibitions abandoned after the 1915 Panama, California exposition. Dr. Harry M. Wedgeforth founded the Zoological Society of San Diego, meeting October 2, 1916, which initially followed precedents set by the New York Zoological Society at the Bronx Zoo. He served as president of the society until 1941. A permanent tract of land in Balboa Park was set aside in August 1921. On the advice of the city attorney, it was agreed that the city would own all the animals and the zoo would manage them. The zoo began to move in the following year. In addition to the animals from the exposition, the zoo acquired a menagerie from the defunct Wonderland amusement park. Ellen Browning Scripps financed a fence around the zoo so that it could begin charging an entrance fee to offset costs. The publication Zoo News commenced in early 1925. Animal collector Frank Buck went to work as director for the San Diego Zoo on June 13, 1923, signed to a 3-year contract by Wedgeforth. William T. Hornaday, director of the Bronx Zoo, had recommended Buck for the job. But Buck quickly clashed with the strong-willed Wedgeforth and left the zoo after 3 months to return to animal collecting. After several other equally short-lived zoo directors, Wedgeforth appointed the zoo's bookkeeper, Bell Benchley, To the position of executive secretary, in effect zoo director, she was given the actual title of zoo director a few years later. She served as zoo director from 1925 until 1953. For most of that time she was the only female zoo director in the world. She was succeeded as director by Dr. Charles Schroeder. The San Diego Zoo was a pioneer in building cageless exhibits. Wedgeforth was determined to create moated exhibits from the start, and the first lion area at the San Diego Zoo without enclosing wires opened in 1922. Until the 1960s, admission for children under 16 was free regardless of whether they were accompanied by a paying adult. The zoo's Center for Reproduction of Endangered Species, CRES, was founded in 1975 at the urging of Kurt Benerschke, who became its first director. CRES was renamed the Division of Conservation and Research for Endangered Species in 2005 to better reflect its mission. In 2009, CRES was significantly expanded to become the Institute for Conservation Research. An orangutan named Ken Allen was reported in several newspapers in the summer of 1985 for repeatedly escaping from the supposedly escape-proof orangutan enclosure.
Rob Stone, 2 damn phones, Babylon.